Good evening, everyone, once again. Thank you for joining today's session. For those that have been on the call, thank you for staying back. And those just joining, we want to say a very big thank you. My name is Catherine Aligame, and I'll be facilitating the session for today. And I want to trust and hope that we are all keeping safe as well. So it's good to be back again. Due to some unforeseen occurrences for the past 2 weeks, we had to put this session on hold just to ensure some level of stability before we kickstart. So before the break, we were supposed to introduce our Power Platform series. And so we'll be starting with that this week. And I know everyone has been looking forward to this particular series. So on the call, I have two other speakers, Oluwaseun Bamidele and Kayode Ajayi. They'll be the ones kickstarting this Power Platform series with us, with an introduction to Power Platform. So basically, Power Platform, what it does, it combines the robust power of Power Apps, Power BI, and Power Automate into one powerful business application platform. So today they'll be taking us through, they'll be showing us how we can digitally transform and modernize our business applications and processes using a single low-code platform. So Oluwaseun Bamidele will be starting with an overview of the Power Platform, while Kayode Ajayi will go straight into the introduction of the Power Apps with a demo. So just before I hand over to them, I would like to go over our housekeeping rules. First, I want to crave your indulgence that this call is currently being recorded and will be made available to us on our YouTube channel after the session. Also, kindly mute your mics if you're not speaking so we don't interrupt the speakers and so we can have a seamless session. If you have questions, you can pen them down so you don't forget. During the question and answer segment, we will take your question. You can drop them on the chat window or you use the raise your hand feature. As we go further into the session, I will also be dropping a link to a short survey on the chat window. We want to get your feedback so we can improve on them and do better. And we'd also like to know if you have possible topics that we'd like to educate you on. Also, I'll be dropping a link to our social media handles for you to follow us, like us, visit our page, comment, and also share. So at this point, I'll be handing over to the speakers, Oluwaseun Bamidele and Kayode Ajayi. And I do hope you have an insightful session. Thank you. Over to you, Seun and Kayode.
Thank you so much, Catherine. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this amazing session. I am Oluwaseun Bamidele, and today we'll be introducing to you the Power Platform. My name is Oluwaseun Bamidele once again. I'm a digital marketing associate at Ha-Shem Limited. I'm a media and communications professional, a digital marketer, and a social entrepreneur. On the screen, as you can see, we have my social media details as well. And also with me this evening, I have Kayode Ajayi, who will be introducing himself now. Hello, Kayode.
All right, good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. My name is Kayode Ajayi, and I'm a Power Platform / Azure AI developer with Ha-Shem Limited. So here is my LinkedIn profile and my Instagram and Twitter handles. Thank you, Oluwaseun.
Thank you so much, Kayode. Thank you. So I'll be going straight to the agenda for today, and I hope that you are all going to have an insightful session with us today as we introduce you to the Microsoft Power Platform. So the first thing on our agenda is the overview of the Microsoft Power Platform components, after which Kayode will be taking the introduction to Power Apps, which is the demo, and also would also be telling you how you can get or buy Power Apps, that is the licensing part of Power Apps. So right now we'll be going to the session, and I hope that you all enjoy the session. So the first thing is Microsoft Power Platform. What is Microsoft Power Platform? Now, the word Power Platform is a collective term for 4 major Microsoft products. And we have the Power BI, we have the Power Apps, we have the Power Automate, and we also have the Power Virtual Agent. So this platform unlocks the potential of Dynamics 365 and Office 365. They also provide intelligent monitoring and continuous protection for your data. And it also harnesses your data for insights when it comes to your business. It also drives business processes through automation. And for the Microsoft Power Platform, you also have the integration with the Microsoft Azure functions. So basically, what Power Platform does is to target a world where data is king and the foundation of any business I believe you agree with me, is data. So the Power Platform connects to hundreds of data sources through a library of different connectors and common data services. Now, I'm going to be putting forward a question. As a business owner or organization, what should be your priority? Should it be data security? Should it be your data insights? Should it be your automated workflow, business productivity, or good customer support? We don't have an exact answer to that, but I can tell you that all these features are needed when it comes to operating a business. So right now, I'll be going straight to the other things that we have on the agenda. And for the Power Platform apps integration, we have the Power BI. It is a business analytics app. We have the Power Apps. It is meant for application development. We have the Power Automate. As you can see on the screen, it processes automation for your business. And we also have the Power Virtual Agent. And those ones are intelligent virtual bots. So as you can see on the screen, we have a connection of this platform with Dynamics 365. We have a connection of these platforms with Office 365. They are also connected to the Azure, and they are also connected to your business applications and data as well. So why do you need to use Power Platform? Now, this is a very important question that most business owners might want to ask. First thing is that it creates a stunning visual that tells your company's story. By the time you start getting insights based on the data that your business gets, it gives you visual about how progressive your marketing efforts have been. It gives you insight about how progressive your sales efforts have been. And it gives you visuals of the progress of the organization. That is one of the reasons why you have to use Power Platform. It also makes you to work smarter and more efficiently by automating your workflows. When I talk about automating your workflows, that has to do with the Power Automate. Also, it provides efficient data collection and cost effectiveness. So when it comes to having your data on one particular dashboard, then we have the Power BI, and also it is cost effective. It is not as expensive as most people think it is. Also, when it comes to, it also provides with you to you the data collection point and dissemination of up to the minute information for sales team. So when it comes to having the latest update about your business insights for your sales team, for your marketing team, Power Platform is good to go. Also, when we talk about the Power Platform, it's also you can also build your custom apps in-house, even with no knowledge of coding. Meaning that with your Power Apps, you can build different custom applications that can give your business a different edge that can add to the capabilities of your business. And you don't have to be a web developer, you don't have to be a web designer, but you can develop these apps even on your own, and as well as your employees as well. And with the Power Platform, you can also realize the potential of the full Microsoft stack, and you don't have any issue with compatibility rather. As far as it is, you can access the Power Platform on your desktop. You can also access it on your mobile as well. Now I'll be moving to the first product that we have under the Power Platform, which is the Power Apps. Now, the Power Apps is a low-code, no-code application platform that allows businesses or enterprises to digitize their business operations by easily building line of business applications and customizing existing Office 365 and Dynamics 365 applications. So the Power Apps is born in the cloud. That is what you should know. And they can natively connect to cloud data sources. They can connect to on-premises data sources as well. So it's a development platform for both mobile and web application. It allows citizen developers to reach different capabilities that were once reserved for high-end development tools. And also, it is very, very easy to learn. So it is not difficult to learn at all. It is something that you can do by yourself. And that is why Kayode, during his session, will be giving us a demo of how it works. Also, Power Apps drives business transformation as it allows business owners to be able to build new capabilities via applications. So it drives your business transformation in such a way that you can add more services even to your business. Also, developers and non-technical users can build mobile applications from selectable templates. So instead of you having to start building an application from the scratch, Power Apps enables you to select from a list of so many templates when you want to build your application. So you can pick any of the applications that you would like to build, and all you have to do is modify and remodify whatever you have on the template. It also comes with a drag and drop functionality that makes it very easy for you to build the application. So all you have to do is to drag and drop and drag and drop. And with that, in time, you'll be able to build an application that would drive your business transformation. Also, it comes with a familiar look and feel that is taken from applications such as PowerPoint and Microsoft Excel. So if you're a frequent user or you're already used to PowerPoint and Microsoft Excel, it comes with the familiar look in such a way that it doesn't look strange to you. It doesn't look new to you. So it is easy for you to be able to design on Power Apps. And it also connects to external data sources and also stores data directly inside the app. So you can have your data from different sources being stored directly inside this application. So right there on the screen, on the slide that I have right now, you can see the Microsoft-based and third-party applications that Power Apps is connected to. So your Power Apps can be connected to the Microsoft SQL Server. It can be connected to your SharePoint, to your OneDrive, to your Dynamics CRM, to your Dropbox. And it can also be connected to third-party applications like Dropbox and other ones that we have. So it makes it very easy for you to integrate your data into the application that you're going to be building. So that is what I have when it comes to Power Applications. And you have to know that it is very easy to build, and also it reduces the cost that you're going to be spending on app development, and it also increases the overall efficiency of your business. So right now, I'll be going to the second product that we have under the Microsoft Power Platform, which is the Power Automate. So for Power Automate, what this product does is to allow enterprises to implement automated workflows and business processes, as well as achieving operational efficiencies. Now, what do I mean by that? It allows you to take care of what is important, and it also allows you to automate the rest activities that you have in your business. It streamlines the repetitive tasks that you have. When it comes to paperless processes, Microsoft Power Automate helps you to focus your attention on where it is most needed. So it comes with automated workflows between applications and services in your business. It also allows users to easily automate their time-consuming tasks so that they can focus on other things. And the Power Automate as well can connect various applications, which makes it very possible to have data from one system showing up in another system, just like you have the integration from other data sources on Microsoft Power Apps. So Microsoft Power Automate basically turns your repetitive task into multi-step workflows, and it helps you to boost your business productivity. It helps you to quickly automate and quickly have your data secured. It also puts your intelligent workflows to work. So in summary, Power Automate is the new, better way of getting things done in your organization, and it drives business transformation. That is about the Power Automate rather. And now I'll be moving on to the third one, which is the Power BI. Now, the Power BI is a business intelligence tool that helps you to make quick business decisions based on data from multiple dynamic sources. It opens doors to insights and business intelligence. It creates a dashboard where you have the most important metrics of your place. And over time, it continues to update them as the business insights change. It updates them over time. And also, it is available on all devices. So when it comes to mobility, you don't have to be on your desktop to be able to access your business data insights. you can also access it on your mobile as well. So wherever your data is or whatever format it has, you can integrate hundreds of different data sources into the Power BI, and you can have them on one particular dashboard. So Power BI also helps you to unify all your organization's data. It helps you to connect the SQL Server databases, the analysis services models, and many other data sources to the same dashboard that you have in Power BI. So when it comes to the benefits, you might want to ask that what are the other benefits that we have when if you want to make use of Power BI for your business. It unifies your data. That is one thing. It allows you to visualize and securely share your data with your employees. It also turns your insights into action, whereby you can create a data-centric culture in an organization of any size. Also, when it comes to streamlining reporting of your data, you can have your data tailored to diverse members of your organization. You can also analyze your data and deliver actionable information as well. So there is also one thing that Power BI does for you. It gives you a big picture thinking in such a way that by through the insights that you'll be getting, you'll be able to know if your sales effort and your marketing efforts are actually working well. If they are working fine, you'll be able to know that, and you'll also be able to make future plans for your business. It also helps your finance and growth in business. It is mobile, and also it gives your marketing a meaningful impact through the insights that you'll be getting. So using Power BI, you can actually publish reports securely to your organization and set up automatic data refresh so that everyone can have the latest information when it comes to data. You can also connect to data of any size, whether it is in the cloud or on premise. You don't have to move your data around. It also enables your employees to be able to access and analyze data and share insights either on the web, on your mobile devices, or on the custom applications that you have. And I'll be going to the last one that we have under the Power platform, and that is the Power Virtual Agent. So for the Power Virtual Agents, it is, or should I say, they are chatbots that can answer questions posed by your customers, or questions posed by your employees, or questions posed by visitors to your business website or services. So what it does is that it serves as an online customer service representative. It leads intelligent conversation with your users. It responds to their questions, and it performs adequate non-verbal behavior. So as a business user or business owner or business organization, it is not possible for you to be available to respond to your customers 24/7. And that is why we have the Power Virtual Agents that makes the work easier for you. So these bots, they can be created easily without the need for a data scientist or a developer. And what you have to do is to integrate the Power Virtual Agents with the products and services that you use every day, using hundreds of pre-built connectors, in which Kayode is going to talk about some of these connectors during his session. And with virtual agents, you can also empower your team, you can reduce costs, and you can also improve customer satisfaction in such a way that your customers can be happy. So they respond rapidly to your customers and employees at scale. You don't need a knowledge of coding for you to be able to do this. They also build an extra help for you so that you can focus on other things. And also, the Power Virtual Agents build happier customers for you through the predictive assistance that they will be offering to your customers, letting other employees that you have to focus on other tasks that you have. So in summary, Power Virtual Agents drive organization productivity, and they reduce the burden that you might be having on probably your HR or your help desk employees, or even you as a business owner. So these are the different features and advantages that are attached to the products that we have under the Microsoft Power Platform. So right about now, Kayode will be telling us more about the Power Apps, and also is going to be showing us a demo on how the Power Apps works. Hello, Kayode. Kayode, can you hear me?
Hello, Kayode.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Hi.
All right. Thank you very much, Oluwaseun. You've really done a great job in introducing us to Power Platform generally. So right about now, I'm going to introduce us to Power Apps. So I'm going to be focusing on Power Apps. Okay, Oluwaseun, please, on your side, can you just change the slide? All right. So what is Power Apps? Power Apps is a part of the Power Platform, and it allows you to quickly build custom business applications that connect to your business data using various data sources. As Oluwaseun clearly pointed, there are several data sources that you can use, and as we continue in the demo, I'm going to show you some of the data sources and how you can leverage it in building your business application. So Power Apps has a lot of features. Now, it is very easy to use. You're going to be using a drag and drop interface, and it is very open for someone who is not even a pro developer, and you can quickly begin to create applications without any stress. And with Power Apps, you have access to innovative AI features. So as I mentioned, the Power Virtual Agents, we have AI Builder, and I'm going to be showing you all of these things. You can really leverage on it and create very high-end applications without needing to write any line of code. Easy integration. So with Power Apps, you have an easy integration with other Power Platform services and even external applications through the connectors. You can connect to Azure. You can export your data to Data Lake. There is a very, very tight integration with several other packages. And Power Apps is a low-code/no-code platform. So if you are just a citizen developer and you really don't know how to program, Power Apps is not limiting you. You can actually get into Power Apps and you can start creating your apps. So that takes us to who can use Power Apps. A citizen developer can use Power Apps. Now, citizen developers is a developer that is not really familiar with programming, okay? It can use the Power Apps to easily create custom business applications using a drag and drop interface. It can develop apps quickly without programming knowledge by leveraging the low-code/no-code platform. So literally, you'll just be clicking and you'll just be putting some basic settings and you have your application. And using Power Apps, you can actually save cost on hiring pro developers because a citizen developer can now build applications that are useful for your company. Then a pro developer can leverage the extensible nature of Power Apps because it's very extensible. It can use the Power Apps component framework to create custom controls. So for example, in your industry or in your company, you have a need for a particular component or you have a specific use case and Power Apps does not provide that out of the box. So a pro developer can actually pick it up and extend the Power Platform to create custom solutions. And the pro developer will just be using tools, programming languages like HTML, JavaScript, React, Angular JS, which are the tools that are already out there, the tools that he is already familiar with. And with that, he can create custom components. Then a pro developer can share and get custom components on the PCF Gallery website. So there are three major types of app you can create with Power Apps. You can create a Canvas app, a model-driven app, and a portal. So a Canvas app gives you full control over the look of your application. All right, so if you want a pixel perfect look, you want to design how the buttons are, you want to design how the nav bar is, then you are going to be using Canvas apps because model-driven apps on the other side is ideal for visualizing complex business processes. It's built upon common data service, which is by default available for the Power Platform. It is a data model available for Power Platform. And you can use it to rapidly build form, processes, and business rule. But the downside is you have little or no control over the interface of the app. But when you actually begin to leverage the functionality, the interface might not really be of high importance because model-driven apps are actually used for high high service applications. And portal, when you're talking of the portal, it's a web-facing application that allows external users to access your app on the web. All right, so we'll just be going straight into the demo. We're going to be exploring the Power App interface, and with that, let me just share my screen here. Okay, so for you to get started with Power Apps, just visit make.powerapp.com, make.powerapps.com, and you're going to be presented with this interface. So you don't really need to follow along at this moment because this is just a high-level introduction. So I'll just advise that wherever you are, you just stay in a comfortable position, and because we are going through a lot right now. Okay, so let's just start from here. This is the home page. So if you start from here, you can see environment. So what environment actually does is it allows you to group your applications in different environments. So for example, in your company, you can have a development environment, you can have a testing environment, and you can have a production environment or a deployment environment. So you can actually use environments to separate these applications such that when you are testing the application, it doesn't affect the application that you've already deployed. And so that's the usefulness of environments. And okay, over here, notifications, there are really none here. So here in the settings now, you can see the admin center. I'm not going to be opening all of this, but I'm just going to describe what it does. So the admin center here, what it does is that it allows you to manage user roles, okay? Because Microsoft, they prioritize security. They prioritize security. So using this admin center, you can actually limit a user role. You can decide what each user is able to do in your application. And this plan just shows the current plan that you are on. So if I just select this, you can see the plan I'm on there. Then over here, advanced settings. So we'll not go into that now. Then session details, it just gives you details about the particular session. You don't really have to bother yourself about that. Then over here, we have the themes. So you could just use that to switch the theme, but I'm just going to leave it here as default. Okay, so now that's what's happening over here, and here is just your personal account information. Okay, so here, let's just take a look at this screen. Right here is just a screen giving a high-level view of what is capable, what you can actually do on this website. Okay, so and it tells you here you can build applications fast, you can start from data, you can make your own app. You know, as I said, you can use a Canvas app, a model-driven app, or a portal. Then right here is actually pointing you to learning resources. So you can actually come on this website, and through this website, you can actually learn to start creating Power Apps for your company or for your business. And here, it just gives you a list of some applications you have created. So over here, learn, just similarly, it just shows you pointers on where to go to actually learn Power Apps. And on this place where it says apps, is going to show you a list of the apps and the components that you already have. So we'll be seeing more of that later on. So this just shows you a list of apps. And over here, create. So when you're about to start creating your app, you can just come over here. You can choose how you want to create your application. So so here, these are the options: Canvas, model-driven, portal. Here you can start from data. Now, starting from data, as we are going to see, is one of the easiest way of creating your application. All right, because Power Apps is going to do all of the work for you, and it's going to look at your data and create an application based on the data. And you can also start from a template. So there are a lot of predefined templates here, which you can just choose and reverse engineer to serve the particular purpose that you want it to. Okay, so over here, data. Now, you remember I mentioned CDS. Now, CDS is the data platform that is inbuilt with Power Platform. So it offers a lot of rich, functions for you. So right here, when I just select entities, you can see it's still loading here. It's just going to show you a list of predefined entities that might be useful for your application. So for example, you want to create an application that you require a customer address. You could just start with this address entity, as you can see, customer address, and out of the box, you can just use it within your application. So rather than going to set up a database, rather than going to create columns and all of that, you just have it out of the box here within Power Apps. And here are other data models that are available. We have option sets, data flow. You can export your data to data flow, data lake. Then you have your connections here. So currently there are no connections on this space. As we proceed, we are going to create connections. So during Oluwaseun's presentation, it talked about the connectors that are available. Now, if you can just scroll bar here, you will see how exhaustive this list is. So these are various connectors that you can actually connect your app to and get data from and send data to. So Power Apps is a platform that you can actually begin to start leveraging because it provides ease. And the good thing about all these connectors is the same way you work with a connector from OneDrive for Business is the same way you're going to work with a connector from SharePoint. So you don't really have to go and learn something external when you want to switch your data source. You could literally have an application and quickly switch between different data sources without damaging the application. Meanwhile, when it comes to development without Power Apps, that's going to be a whole lot of work. Then in case all of these connectors are not sufficient for your use case, you could actually create a custom connector. So when you see custom things here, this is actually where the role of a pro developer comes. So a pro developer can actually come here and create a new custom connector. And over here, you have gateways. So for example, in your company or your organization, you have an on-premise data. As you can see here, you can see to connect to on-premise data. All right, so using this gateway, you can connect to your on-premise data and you can just leverage the Power Apps. Then over here, flows, as Oluwaseun mentioned, there's a whole lot that Power Apps can connect to. So flows is actually Power Automate that Oluwaseun mentioned. So, okay, as you can see here, welcome to Power Automate. So from within Power Apps, you can create a flow. If you click on Get Started, you'll actually be prompted to create a flow, or you can connect to an existing flow that you've created. Then over here, chatbots. So you could easily create a chatbot from here. Microsoft really makes all of these things very easy because what they are trying to do is they're democratizing app development, and they're just making it very easy. So over here, you can just create a new chatbot, and you can, with list here, you can get a list of the chatbots you already have running. And over here with AI Builder, you can build an AI model very easy, and you can also access the custom models that are already pre-built by Microsoft. Okay, so you can see category classification. So for example, cats versus dogs, you could just use this model to streamline it. And it's going to be streamlined to your particular business process. Entity extraction. So this is more like object character recognition. Form processing, it can take a form that you have filled out with your pen and paper. It can take it and extract the meaningful information from it. Object detection, prediction. So you have all of these things, business card reader, category classification. You have all of these things that you can just begin to use out of the box. So that's really where it comes to leveraging awesome AI models built by Microsoft. And here is just clicking on models here will just give you a list of the models you already have running. Then solution here is just a list of the solutions you've built, and usually you use solutions to export your application between environments. So for example, you want to move a project, you want to move it from a development environment to a deployment environment, for example. you're going to work with solutions. And here are just some pre-built solutions that are available. Okay, so I think we've covered this homepage already. So let's just go over here to create. And okay, so when you want to create an application, the first thing you need to ask yourself is, okay, where is my data? Okay, so because we've talked about data a whole lot here. So where is my data? So currently, we're just going to be building a very simple application. I call it simple, not because actually it's simple, but because Power Apps makes it very simple. So we're going to be building an application that allows a car dealer enable his staff to be able to access a list of all the cars he has from anywhere using Power Apps. So first off, where is my data? I already have a data, a file here uploaded in my OneDrive. So that means I'm going to be using a OneDrive for Business connector. So here, this is just the list, cars.excel. So I'm opening the page. I hope we can see the page loading now. So the cars.excel file is just a file that contains a list of cars. So as you can see, it contains the name. So this is the name of the car. This is the category, the price, the image, and details concerning the car. All right, so I just got all of this from the internet. All right. So, but one thing you must notice, if you are using Excel, your table must be formatted as or your columns must be formatted as a table, as you can see here. So if I come to table tools, you can see I have all of this formatted as a table called cars lists. So now we can close this right now. So at this point, let's just come to Power Apps and let's create an app using that cars list file as our data source. So, okay, so I just clicked on other data sources here and that's opened a new tab. So on this page is actually where we are going to be connecting to our OneDrive for Business. So let's just hold on as it loads. Okay. So, and one thing we must notice, if you are using Excel as a data source, you have to make sure that the Excel file is closed. As you can see, I closed it immediately. So because you can write to the file at the same time, the Power App is writing to the file. So generally, you use other data sources like SharePoint, CBS, or something else that works for you. Okay, so right here, I'm just going to scroll down to OneDrive for Business. Okay, I have it here. Then I'm going to click on Create. So now this is just the process of creating a connection to that data source. So right now, it's just going to show me all the Excel files within this my OneDrive. So when that comes up, okay. So then at the point when it comes up, all right, so, okay, so over here, now as you can see here, it has made a connection to this OneDrive for Business. You can see it here, OneDrive for Business. On the other side, you will see the other connections that you have. So right here, you can see this is that my cars file. I'm just going to select it. And here it says choose a table. So within that file, I will just choose a table, which is the cars list. So automatically out of the box, as you can see, Power Apps is going to analyze that data source and is going to create a 3-page application using that data. And this application is going to allow us to be able to create, read, update, and delete rows from that Excel file. So it could actually be a use case in your organization. For example, probably you have some Excel files that you always edit all of the time. You can just use Power Apps to create a very simple application that allows you to easily and with a better interface add data and view data from that Excel file. So once it's done analyzing, it's going to create an application. And once the application comes up, we are going to look around. Okay, as you can see up here, this is powerapps.com/studio. So this page we are on is called Power Apps Studio or App Studio. So this is actually where you create your applications, where you can edit it. As we said, this application I've created is a Canvas application, so we have full control over the interface. Power Apps has just given us a heads up by generating this page for us. Okay, so let's see what Power Apps has done. Oh, wow, beautiful. So just using that Excel file, Power Apps is able to look at it, and we pulled in the image link. So in that Excel file, there was a column for a link to the image. So Power Apps has pulled it here automatically, and it has brought up a name. Well, this was the category. We'll be changing that later. So this is the actual name. So actually, you can't really blame Power Apps. It's really tried to look at the data and figure it out itself. So right here, we can see it hasn't done it correctly because the name is positioned here and the category is positioned on top. But very easily, we can change that. So, and things we can do, we can add. So with this, you can actually add a new row to that Excel file. You can come over here. So for example, this Honda Accord Gray, probably we don't want it. If we click on this, we can come here and we can delete. And what happens is, as you can see these little dots, it's Power Apps is connecting to that Excel file and it has deleted that row. So if I had my Excel file opened, you will have seen that that row is gone from the Excel file. So just with this application, you can actually add rows to your Excel file. You can delete rows from your Excel file, and you can also edit. So over here, we have an edit button. So for example, this iron dye, maybe we discovered it wasn't an iron dye. We saw it was a Lexus. So we could just change it here. And by the time we click on save here, it's just going to it's just going to connect and it's going to make those changes. All right. So very simple, out of the box, Power Apps has done that. And as this series continues, you're going to be seeing more of what you can do with Power Apps. So, all right, so let's just look into this interface and try to deconstruct it so that it doesn't look so scary. So, like normal applications, we have the file menu where you can create new, you can open existing ones, you can get details about your accounts, you can view your connections, okay? You can view the flows you have, and you can access your settings, so your name, the name of your application, and all of that, orientation. You can share the application. We'll be seeing that later. All right, so so that's the file, and over here, home. So you can see here, we can create. So if you click on this, you can create a new screen. Here you can choose the theme of your application. As you can see, if you click on this, all right, so just out of the box, you can change the theme of your application. And for example, if you click on a text, you have the field properties here and all of that. So that's the home ribbon, and here insert. So generally when you're creating an application, you need to insert elements. So you can insert a label, which is just a text. You can insert a button. You can insert, a text also. You can insert a text. So text input, HTML text, and you can see label is also here. And input, okay, same thing. Just you have a whole lot of input controls that you can add. Then this form control, you can create an edit form. You can create a display form. For example, if you look at this page, now over here is your tree view. If you look at this page, you will see you can see here, it says details data card. All right. So over here, you can see details form. So this application, you can actually create it yourself by just coming here. And after you connect your data, you can just come here and say, okay, you want to use a display form, you want to use an edit form. And here, your media, you can add different media. You can add images, camera, you can add, a camera control, which allows you to take photos from your app. And so for example, this application, we want users to be able to add photos. You can actually do that using the camera control and all of those things. So these are the things you can actually have a mixed reality application also using this mixed reality. AI builder, you can connect to AI builder. You can create a gallery, you can create a data table. Okay, and over
Hello,
here,
Kayode.
view, you can, yes.
Hello,
yes.
Kayode. Sorry for the interruption. Please, can you increase your slider so that the app can be more visible?
Okay, okay. All right.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Catherine. Okay, so right here we have our data sources. So it's just going to show right here the data source we have. So currently we only have cars list. And the good thing about Power Apps is you can connect to multiple data sources. So not just one, you can connect to multiple data sources and have them interact within your application. Then media here just shows the existing media you have within your application. So you can upload images, video, audios, to use in your app. So, but you must just note that your uploaded media files must not be larger than 64 MB. So, if you actually have need for larger ones, you could make it a link. You could just upload it to a hosting service or something, then link to that media file. Then your collections, we're going to be seeing that later on. It's a very useful feature. Your variables just shows the existing variables in your application, and then advanced here just launches this advanced tab here. So, and one thing I want us to notice, every time you click on something here, so let me just open the tree view here. Anytime you click on something, there are properties. So you can access properties of that particular control. You can access the properties here, and you can change the properties. So for example, let me see a property I can change here. So the padding button, probably I want the button to be more padded. So currently we have 5. Let's see what happens if I make it 50. And okay, now you can see it just added more space. So using that, you have full control. As I said, this is your app. This is a Canvas app. You have full control of the interface. So you can access the properties here. And right here is the formula bar. If you're familiar with Excel, you will know that the formula bar is a very key component, and here you can just type simple formulas. So it's not really a programming language. It's just formulas for just logic. You can add simple logic to your applications and create very useful applications using this formula bar here. And you can also extend the formula bar in case you need more room for your codes. You can also do that. You can format the text when you have so many formulas. You can format the text so that you have a neat view. So you do that by just clicking here, but it's not going to do any. Oh wow! So as you can see, it has formatted the text. So if we had more, it will make it very easy to view. And okay, so right here, as we saw when we click the advanced tab, it opened this. And okay, so let me click on something. So let me just click on this. All right, so you can see these are the properties. Some of the properties you can view here. You can actually view it through this advanced tab. And formal properties that you can also edit here are available. So for example, I want to increase the border. I can do that from here. So okay, so you can edit. So okay, I want to change the color. Just do that. Okay, I think what's actually happening is I selected the card. So for example, if I want to change this color, I can change it from blue. I can change it to red, and very simply, it comes up like that. So that's this area. Then coming over here, this is your tree view. So it's just a hierarchical view of your application. So as I said, it created a 3-screen app, a browse screen, a detail screen, and a edit screen. So you can create more screens. If you want your application to do more, you can create more screens. And there are different different screen types you can create. You can create a success screen, a scrollable screen, a list. The options are quite endless. All right, so that's your tree view here, and component here. So component is a way of grouping some part of your applications for reuse. So there's a particular style of form that you reuse in several applications. You can create a new component and group them inside the component so you can reuse it even outside this application. And here, similar to this insert, you can insert your controls from here. And here, similar to this view data source, you can view your data source here. You can create new connections from here. So if you click on CL connector, it's going to show you a list of different connections that you can make. So just like the list we saw the other time where we connected to OneDrive, and here is just a view of your media, and right here just advanced tools that could be useful for your application development. All right, so just coming back here, you can see this place. Okay, so here it just says the name of your application. So if you rename your application, it's going to change here. So currently our app is just named name. Then here, a very important tool, App Checker. It shows you when there is an error in your application. So for example, if I come here and on select property here for the submit form. So for the submit form, probably I made a mistake and I just put a comma there and I left it. So you can see there's an error up here. So anytime you see something like this, you don't need to panic. Just know that something is wrong and you can just go and investigate it. Then, oh yeah, I saw a comma. But right here, you can see there's a red flag, which actually shows you have an error. And if you click on this, it's going to kind of help you trace where the errors, the kind of errors that you have in your application. So the app checker is something you will always want to look at when creating your applications. Then here, the classic undo redo button, and here the play button to test your application. So right now, this is just a high-level introduction to Power Apps, and in future editions of this series, we are going to do more, and it's really going to get more hands-on than this. So at this point, I'm just going to hand over to Oluwaseun, and he's going to discuss how we can actually get Power Apps. He's going to talk about the Power Platform license, and he's going to give us more information. Oluwaseun, over to you.
Thank you, Kayode. That was a beautiful presentation. Thank you so much for that. So right now, we'll be looking at how we can get the Microsoft Power Apps, and that has to do with the licensing part of it. So please, Kayode, can you see my screen?
Yes, I can see your screen.
Yes, we can see your screen.
Okay, thank you. So when it comes to the licensing part of Power Apps, we have two different ways in which you can get the licensing for it. The first one is if you need it for general purpose, we have the full Power Apps capabilities licensing part, and that one is called the standalone basis. And we also have the other one called the seeded licensing, and it has the limited Power Apps capabilities. And this one is actually embedded within the various Office 365 and Dynamics 365 licenses as well. So as you can see in the table below that I have on my screen here, we have the per user per app, and we also have the per user, and we have the seeded Power Apps. So the per user per app and the per user, both of them are under the standalone basis. So for the licensing scheme that has to do with the per user per app, it allows individual users to run applications for a specific business scenario based on the full capabilities of Power Apps. And for the per user as well, it equips users to run unlimited applications based on the full capabilities of Power Apps as well. But when it has to do with the seeded Power Apps, it comes with your Office 365 and Dynamics 365 user licenses. So if you're an existing user or if you're an existing business owner that already has Office 365 licensing or Dynamics 365 licensing, then you have the ability of customizing and extending the Office 365 and Dynamics 365 applications. So it is very easy for you to access the limited Power Apps capabilities. So on my next slide, this is how you can get the Power Apps through the seeded licenses. Like I said earlier, it only allows you to customize and extend the Office 365 capabilities. So the only thing that you can actually use them, or should I say the only applications that you can use the seeded license to build are just productivity applications. And as you can see on the list that I have on this slide, this is a complete list of Office 365 licenses that come with Power Apps to use right. We have the Office 365 Business Essentials, we have the Office 365 Business Premium, and we also have a whole lot of them like that that actually come with the Power Apps use right. Also, we have the standalone Power Apps licensing, which is the second way in which you can get the Power Apps. So for business owners that need general purpose and they need to access the full capabilities of the platform, what they need to do is to get the standalone basis licensing. And this licensing is supported on both the per user basis as well as the per user per app basis. So the perhaps per plan, per app plan allows individual users to run applications. You can run 2 applications and a single portal for a specific business scenario based on the full capabilities of our apps. And this goes for $10 per user, per application, and per month. So this plan also provides an easy way for customers to get started with the platform before they now get to adopt a broader scale for their businesses. Also, we have the perhaps per user plan that equips users to run unlimited applications within service limits based on the full capabilities of Power Apps, and this goes for $40 per user per month. So just like I said in the previous slide, the Power Apps comes with Office 365. That is for the seeded licensing, and for the standalone Power Apps licensing, you need to get this before you can access the full capabilities of that. And just like we have said in the previous session before Kayode took over, the Microsoft Power Platform is very important for your business because it is going to drive your business productivity. It is going to transform your business. When it comes to Power Apps, you can use it in acting and modifying your business data. When it comes to Power BI, you can use it to display and analyze your data and also get beautiful insights that can actually move your productivity and generate a better ROI for your business. And when it comes to the Power Automate as well, you can automate your data and different workflows that will make work easy for you and your employees. And you can also make use of the Power Virtual Agents in using it. You can use it as an online representative for your business. So in business, we have different trends that actually shape the future of data analysis, and you have to know that volume is one of them, velocity of data is one of them, and that is why you have to give data analysis a priority. Security of your data is also very important, as well as the integration of your data, which is a major setback for most businesses. So you have to ensure that your integration can actually work, and you can make use of Power Platform for this. So all you need to do is get the Microsoft Power Platform that makes it very easy for you to use, makes your data very secured, and it can also it's also a very good business intelligence platform that gives you different capabilities and that drives your business well. So lastly, I would just say that organizations around the world have started using the Microsoft Power Platform, and they are driving good business productivity, and they are really doing well with it. So this is all we have for you for this session. In the coming week, we'll be having another session that has to do with the Microsoft Power Platform and solely focused on the Microsoft Power Apps. So thank you for joining us for today. We really appreciate you. Once again, my name is Oluwaseun Bamidele. Thank you for joining, and God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Oluwaseun and Kayode, for that very, very insightful session. Thank you so, so much. And I believe our listeners really had an insightful session as well. Thank you. We all know where we belong now. It's either you're a citizen developer or you're a pro developer, so you don't have an excuse. You can build a simple app for your organization. And like you said, next week, which we're all looking forward to, you don't want to miss it. We'll be having another session of our Power Platform series on Microsoft Power Apps. So we're a little behind time, so we'll just quickly go to the question and answer segment for today. So I have a question from Olushola. So he's asking, what's the difference between Power BI and Microsoft Excel? Kayode and Oluwaseun, that's for you. Olushola is asking the difference between Power BI and Microsoft Excel. Okay.
Okay.
You can go ahead, Madam Jimmy. Madam Jimmy has the hand.
Thanks. So the difference between Power BI and Microsoft Excel, to ask the question. So first of all, what you want to look at is that at the core of every organization, it is the data. It's the data that you're concerned about. So when you're looking at, okay, I want this data to be more interactive, to give me more visualization. I mean, I want to be able to have a form of predictive analysis with the data. I mean, what I will be looking at that particular point, or that data telling me a story, telling me, oh, how am I doing very well with my business, giving me forecasts, telling me to say, okay, you can improve on this particular area very well, then you might be looking at the Power BI. When you're looking at things like mathematical or data analysis or mathematical operation, or maybe you just want to use a spreadsheet, you'll be looking at Microsoft Excel. Now, the beauty about so for me to be able to explain it very well, if you're very good with Microsoft Excel, then it makes it easier for you to use Power BI. When you're trying to handle very large data, very big data that you want it to be able to give you analysis, to give you a visualization on it, then you will be looking at Power BI. You can't look at Microsoft Excel to do it. Remember, Microsoft Excel, first of all, is a software application within your Microsoft Office. But the Power BI is actually a solution or product within the Power Platform. That's the first thing you need to bear in your mind. Then when it comes to the kind of data the two of them are handling, is actually very different. When you come to handling very large, big data, it is Power BI that can give you that. But when it comes to handling data, probably maybe that will just give you like a chart. I mean, you can just give you like a chart, you create charts with it. The charts actually you can create with Microsoft Excel is actually very limited. Yes, but when it comes to Power BI, you can have very, very complex charts presented to you. And the real thing is that they are interactive. With Microsoft Excel, you only see the data. It is not interactive. You can't question a Microsoft Excel and say, okay, what will be my projected growth? How am I doing very well? How can I improve sales here? Power BI will give you that immediately. So I don't know if I've been able to answer your question, but if not, you can let me know, please.
Thank you, Madam Jumoke. Olushola, I hope that answers your question. Okay, we have another question from Kunle. He's asking, is it limited to just mobile? I think he's talking about the power apps, if it's just limited to just mobile.
Okay, so the Power Platform is, okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, all right, thank you very much, man. All right, so the Power apps is not limited to mobile. You can actually create desktop applications using Power apps. So later on, we're going to see it. We'll be creating more desktop applications, and in future sessions, you'll see how to do that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Kayode. Kunle, you've heard that it's not limited to just mobile, so you should not miss our subsequent sessions so that you can get more info concerning Power Apps. Please, do we have other questions? Okay, Lushola, you're asking if you can get the video of the session. Okay, so this session is currently recorded and will be made available to all attendees on our YouTube channel. So I will share the link to our social media handles again on the chat window, so you can easily go there and go through the presentation you just had today. Okay, any other question? Let me quickly pause this. Okay, in the absence of none, thank you, everyone. Thank you, speakers, Kayode Ajayi and Oluwaseun Bamidele. Thank you for the insightful session. Thank you, everyone, for your time. And please don't forget to fill the feedback form on the chat window. We need your feedback to know how we're doing so that we can improve on it. And don't forget to follow us on our social media handles. For all sessions we've had, subsequent sessions we've had, and the ones we're going to be having, you gain access to the recordings on our on our YouTube channel. So don't fail to follow us, like our page, comment, and reshare. Thank you very much, and I hope to see you next Thursday for another time as this, where we're going to be looking at the Microsoft Power Apps. Thank you, and do enjoy the rest of your evening.